In this video, I'm going to show step by step to customize your own price book.
The price book uses macro-enabled spreadsheets. That's what the M is on the Excel spreadsheet, with the M for macros. So to avoid having to enable macros every time you open the price book, just go ahead and enable it in Excel. So just go to a open Excel, go to a blank sheet, go to more options, Trust Center settings, click enable macros. And also, Pricebook doesn't use the VBA project models, but I have other applications that do. So you could click use VBA project object model and click OK to save that.
You don't edit the PDFs, those are just read only. It's the Excel file. Now these are just images for the letterhead that's pasted in there. Each line is particular for my address. But we'll just delete everything and let's just we'll do a whole price book from scratch. Now the bundles is the worksheet that we're in, and to delete, you could either highlight it, but I like deleting the entire row. Click there and then hold the shift key and then the down arrow, and then we can just select the entire price book and we'll just clear it out. But I do want to keep the bundles worksheet. So that's right there. And then we're going to right click and delete. Now I seem to have missed a few things here. Just delete these. Actually, I didn't delete any of the images because they were laying on top of the price book. Now we're cleared out on our bundles, and let's just clear out. I don't want to lose my help labels, so let's clear out the stuff that's not the help labels here. Select those, right click, delete, and that deletes all my labels. Right click, delete, right click, delete, and then that'll just clear those out. Actually, we still have a cell that's labeled here, so we will delete that and shift the cells up. So we don't have any more labels. If I use name manager, actually the labels are still there, so let's just delete these. I'm just going to select them all, hit the delete key. Now we have no prices on the bundles. We cleared out all our labels. We still have equipment, so I'll just refresh that, and it's going to clear out all the model numbers because they don't exist on the price sheet. So now let's start creating a price sheet. And let's say I'm going to do a different design, my company name, phone number, license. And let's say we want to make it look like this Bryant bundles rather than the train bundles. So they have a column for tonnage. They got their models. Now I have to put the model numbers all on the same row. Here they have separate rows. So I could still scroll them around, but it's got to be on the same cell has to have all the model numbers. And there's the price. I could put the AHRI on another column to the right, and then I could put my SEER ratings right there. So let's say I just want to copy this sheet just like this, and these pictures I can get those from the internet, or maybe put company name, up there. So first thing we want to do is start creating some headers, and it's just to make it look nice. So they had tonnage, BTU, in parentheses. Let's make this a text file. So I'm going to format all of these as being a text. And let's go ahead and make them word wrap, just like so. And then let's have them centered. Let's pin. We're going to center it. Let's make it bold. And air conditioner and furnace model. Now I could make that cell wide, just tempting. It's an easier thing to do, but it's actually better just to merge the cells. Let's merge these cells together. So hold shift, right click, format cells, and then we're already a text cell, and then we're going to do merge right there, and that turns them into one cell. And then I can make my alignment better. So it's not letting me put a return right there. So I'll just basically copy it to Notepad. And I want to have a return just like that, and then copy it back. So we have our return character there. Then we got price. And then HRI. And SEER, EER. Now let's highlight the color on those. Holding the shift key, moving across. So our color is going to be our fill color, just like so. Now let's put in our tons. So they're doing the furnace BTUs and the tonnage. So this also we want to have, actually let's go ahead and make them bigger. Let's make these text format cells just all the way across. We're going to do word wrap. And we're going to center. Once I do one unit, I can copy to the others. It makes it much easier. Center alignment. probably should make this wider. So let's insert another one right there. And let's merge that. So right click, format cells, merge that. Right click, format cells, merge that. Now let's do our part numbers. VNA 14NA018. Actually, let's merge these first. Right click, format cells, merge. So BA 14NA 01800Z 1800G. And then you could do as many spaces as you want in between. Our next model is 912SD. D340, E14. And then our evaporator, we could put the part number, which they're not showing on their bundle. Let's just call it evap1. So now on our price, that's going to be equal sign. And then we're going to automate adding all these model numbers up. So we're going to have, well, let's get a label first before we do that. So let's go over to here and let's set up unit, or let's say equipment markup. And then I'm going to click on that, and we need one label that we need is the equip label. So let's going to call this 1.2. That's the equipment markup. And let's format that. That's not format cell, not going to be a dollar, just going to be a number. I do 2 decimal places. Now we need to label this equip. This is important. So I'm on the cell, I'm typing in label, and you got to hit enter twice to save it. So we got an equipment label there. So here I have some model numbers, but I didn't put a formula in. So let's go ahead and run the update, see what it says. So it says D8 has a model number, but there's no equipment label to the right, and it shows an example. It has to have equipment in the equation there. So let's go back, and let's just say equals, and I have to put something in there, and then times equip. Now let's run it. So it's warning me we don't have prices yet. Let's go up to the top here. So it found 3 different model numbers. And then my formula has 0, 0, 0, but it did get all 3. So let's put in some prices here. 1,000, 1,100, 300. And notice it made the dates. And let's say all these brands are Bryant. Put those right there. Let's run the update again. So now it's happy, no errors, and then our price is put in there automatically. So now let's add a labor rate or some sort of labor to that. So let's make another one, labor for gas heat system. And let's say I'm doing that as 4,000, and then let's call it something rather other than B4. So this would be gas labor, maybe gas sys labor, enter, enter. So now we have a cell which has a labor rate, and let's add that. Gas sys labor, and now we have our labor rate added to our equipment. And you could add, if you want to add thermostat, usually just put all the small stuff in miscellaneous. Or if you want to put everything here, just put model numbers, T stat 1. You could put all your model numbers and they'll all update at the same time. And let's say line set 20 feet. So we got some more model numbers in there. Let's refresh. So it's saying it found some model numbers that don't have prices. So let's say line set 20 feet is 200 bucks. Say our T-stat is 80. Run it again. We're done. And you could put the company you're going to buy that from. Let's just call it, still say it's all Bryant. So now our formula has all those automatically updated. And in here we could put our SEER ratings. 14, actually they were listing it, and 11.5. Now let's neaten up. Let's make this to a price. So right click, and we're going to have that as a currency with no cents. And then now let's get our vertical spacing. So let's select, hold the shift button, right arrow, right click, format cells, do alignment, and let's do vertical as center. Put everything more centered together. And this thing needs a word wrap. So this one I need a character return right there, and it's alternate and then the enter key. And now we got split up 2 lines right there. Now let's do the rest of our tonnages on this price book. So let's get our cells the same height, which was 60, 60. You get the idea here. Now shift, right arrow, copy, paste it there, paste it there, paste it there. Update. Now hit the escape key to get out of that. And then now we could update here. 2.5 ton, and then just update your model numbers. 24. And they're all listed right here. And we got 30. Update our heaters. 3660. and then 4260. And then, yeah, I guess we'll do 3 ton. And we have 4260 again. And that's 3 ton. And then these are 17-inch wide. And then update our EER ratings. We have a 15 there and a 12.5. Fourteen and 12. And a 15 and 12.5. And let's go ahead and run it. So we added in our new model numbers. And notice they're getting all grouped together nicely. It's all going to be Bryant. And actually, we can get the prices right from this bundle sheet here. Well, not really. Anyway, you'd look these up. I'm just putting in some random prices. Now the software checks, when it finds model numbers, it makes sure that there's a formula following to the right with the word equip. But let's say we have some names that are not model numbers, but I want to put in there. Like, let's say 90% efficient. So that's not a model number, it's a description. And if I try running that, it's trying to pull up that as a model number. And all you have to do to block that is, it doesn't matter on a case, but just take that word, 90% efficient, and add it onto the list, which is words to ignore, and it has a label called ignore. And that list can be as long as you want. Let's move this down. Because that's going to roll over. If this list gets longer, it's going to roll over. So make sure it has the ignore label. And so now, since that's an ignore word, we have it on our model list, but it's going to disappear because it's not a model anymore. It's just a word that it ignores. Let's put a border around it, just like on our example. So we're going to select all the cells, right click, and we're just going to put the border on all 4 sides. Actually, outline, it can save you from clicking. Let's do the thickest one, hit OK. We got ourselves a nice border. We'll grab an image from the internet, right click, copy image, go paste it in here. It's a little bigger than we need. Actually, quite a bit bigger than we need. If you want to make the image a smaller file size, just do a screenshot of it. But we'll leave it like that. I'd say put it on the bottom there. Let's go Bryant logo, right click, copy image, Control V, paste it in. Put your Bryant there. Then if you want to make multiple copies of the whole spreadsheet, just select the cells you want. Control C, go down to where you want to place it. Control V, and notice it copied the images. So now let's create the PDFs and look at them and see where our spacing is. So to create them, just save. I already have the macro set up. So when you just hit save, it creates the PDFs automatically. So we see we're getting cut off a little bit too short. So if I want to go, I need to push that one down to get it on the second page. And then here's our equipment. Right here, and it just lists that out. So you can see where the page cutoff is with the dotted line. So see how our dotted line is right there. So I need to push all this down. And we don't have our spacing right anyway. The rows are 29 pixels. So push that down, just insert more cells. You can get it on the next page. Insert. So we're still got to do more. Right click, insert, right click, insert, right click, insert. There we go. And we can match it the same. So we got one cell at the top of the page. We go down, one cell at the top of the page there. And just do file save, and it's automatically running the macro to save PDFs of the equipment and the bundles worksheet. Let's see what we look like now. That's a little better. And then have to raise the spacing out on this one. A couple other things to show you. If it finds a model number that doesn't have a formula, it'll error out. Let's get it spelled wrong like that. And now if I run it, it's saying that D49 has model numbers in the cell, but no equip label. And it's prompting, do I want to ignore these model numbers? But no, I don't. So I go back to here, make sure it's spelled properly, equip. And you could even have stuff in front of the formula. And like say I had $500 in front, run it, and it's perfectly happy with the $500 in front. I'll test that, delete here, run it again, double click. And you can see how it put all the prices back. That's it on this spreadsheet, just basically showing you how to edit it and how it runs. Clicking on version will show the version of the software and all the modules that are in it. When you close out, it's going to save. It's going to prompt you for saving if there's any changes, and it also saves the PDF version. If any of you guys want to share your spreadsheets, I'll be glad to put it into the share folder on this video, and people can use other spreadsheets as an example. If you want to rename it, you just do it right here. You just basically rename the Excel. Just click on it a couple times, and system prices. This is video example, and I can delete these. Actually, just keep the 2 on there. And if I open it up, it has the new name, and then if I save it, it's going to automatically save the PDF. So we got video example and then equipment prices right there. You can make a powerful price book with this that's extremely easy to update just by having all the model numbers sorted for you. I hope you liked the software. I hope you liked watching the video. Thanks for watching.